Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Melinda here again. And I can't believe it, but we are in our last week of school. It has gone by so quickly and then also so slowly when we've been here at home. And I miss you guys so much. I have been seeing the videos and the pictures that your moms have been sending. So I know that you've been working really hard and you've been watching our videos and doing our work. And I want to start with our Bible lesson, which is our very last lesson. And this one is called A Dream of Heaven, and it is on page 342. And this is the very last story in our Jesus Storybook Bible. And this is about when John sees into the future from Revelation 1:5, 21, and 22. John was one of Jesus' helpers. He was old now and living on an island, which might sound nice, except it was a prison. The leaders put him there to stop him from talking about Jesus. But I'm sure you don't think a little thing like being in a cell, in a prison, on an island, in the middle of the ocean could stop God's plan, could you? One morning, Jesus appeared right there in John's cell. Jesus' eyes were bright, shining like the sun. "I am going to show you a secret, John," Jesus said, "about when I come back." His voice was like the sound of rushing waters. "Write down what you see so God's children can read it and wait with happy excitement." Then Jesus gave John a beautiful dream, except John was wide awake, and what he saw was real, and one day it would all come true. "I see a throne, and on the throne is a king, and the king is Jesus. All around the throne, people are bowing down. They are giving him their treasures. There are loud cheers and clapping and bright laughter like 1,000 waterfalls, and everyone bursts out singing a new song. This is our King, the Lamb who died so we don't have to, our rescuer. All honor and glory forever and ever. And every creature everywhere, in heaven and on earth and under the earth and in the sea, joins in." And then from all around, a wide, immense, beautiful silence. And I see Satan, God's horrible enemy, thrown down, defeated. I see a sparkling city shimmering in the sky, glittering, glowing, coming down from heaven. And from the sky, heaven is coming down to earth. God's city is beautiful. Walls of topaz, jasper, sapphire, wide streets paved with gold, gleaming pearl gates that are never locked shut. Where is the sun? Where is the moon? They aren't needed anymore. God is all the light people need. No more darkness, no more light. And the king says, "Look, God and his children are together again. No more running away or hiding. No more crying or being lonely or afraid. No more being sick or dying, because all those things are gone. Yes, they're gone forever. Everything sad has come untrue, and see, I have wiped away every tear from every eye." And then a deep, beautiful voice that sounded like thunder in the sky says, "Look, I am making everything new." It was hard to squeeze all John saw into words and fit it onto a page and cram it into a book. All the words on all the pages of all the books in all the world would never be enough. "I am the beginning," Jesus said, "and the ending." One day, John knew heaven would come down and mend God's broken world and make it our true, perfect home once again. And he knew in some mysterious way that would be hard to explain. that everything was going to be more wonderful for once having been so sad. And he knew then that the ending of the story was going to be so great, it would make all the sadness and tears and everything seem like just a shadow that is chased away by the morning sun. I'm on my way, said Jesus. I'll be there soon. John came to the end of his book, but he didn't write the end because, of course, that's how stories finished. And this one's not over yet. So instead, he wrote, Come quickly, Jesus, which perhaps is really just another way of saying to be continued. John 1:12 and 13. For anyone who says yes to Jesus, for anyone who believes what Jesus said, for anyone who will just reach out to take it, then God will give them this wonderful gift, to be born into a whole new life, to be who they really are, who God always made them to be, their own true selves, God's dear child. Because you see, the most wonderful thing about this story is it's your story too. That's the end. We finished the whole Bible. This is your first Bible, probably. So that story that we just read about from Revelation, Revelation is the very last book of the Bible. And if you flip all the way to the back in any other Bibles, if you have other children's Bibles or when you're at church or your mom's and dad's Bibles, and you might even have like a little Bible that you got when you were baptized. If you flip to the very, very end, Revelation is the last book in the Bible. And Revelation is so interesting. It's very hard for us to understand, especially if you're little. There's lots and lots of confusing things, but what this story was letting us know is we know because God promised that one day, we don't know what day, we have no idea. It could be tomorrow, it could be next year, 20 years, 200 years, we're not sure. But God has promised that He is going to send Jesus back down to earth to rescue us all and take all of His believers back up into heaven to live with Him forever. And at that point, He will defeat Satan and all the darkness, all the sadness, all of the things that hurt us, they will all be gone. Because when we are in heaven with God, there's no need for darkness because God is light. And it's going to be happy. It's going to be like when you get to have a reunion with your grandparents or your best friends. It's going to be like that always. And God is going to be there to make sure we don't even need those things anymore because all we will need is Him. And we are going to be supremely happy and joyful and in the presence of God and the angels and singing glorious hymns to our Almighty Father. And it's just going to be a wonderful day of celebration. And so in Revelation, that's what it promises, that we know at some point one day, Jesus is coming back to earth to bring all of His children with Him. And it's going to be just a marvelous day. Okay, well, we have wrapped up our Bible. We have wrapped up our letters. We went all the way from A to Z. We wrapped up our numbers. I hope you've still been practicing your counting and your blast off, counting backwards from 10. You guys were so good with that. I hope you've been practicing your cutting and your coloring, and a lot of you have probably started practicing your letters. And that's pretty exciting. Well, let me show you our last week of work. We're going to review our shapes. And this first one I'm going to send to your moms and dads is called Color by Shape for Spring. You can see all those beautiful flowers and butterflies in the sun. You're going to look up here, and this is the color key, and this is going to tell you what color to color each one of these shapes to make a beautiful picture. Now, I know that sometimes you just want to color it whatever color you like, and that's for other coloring sheets. This one, I would like you to follow the directions. So if you're working with your mom, she tells you to find all the ovals, and all the ovals are going to be pink, let's do that. You want to follow the directions that your mom or dad tell you, okay? So that's going to be our review of shapes. Then to practice some more of our fine motor skills where we're using these little finger muscles, I know that's tough. We're going to continue with shapes and we're going to trace these. So the instructions say practice tracing the shapes, then color them all in. And you can use any color then that you would like. Okay, now we see on this row, this shape is what? Circles. Then on the second row, what shape do we have there? That's right, those are squares. And then the third row are all different triangles, and the last row are all different sizes of rectangles. Okay, so you want to try and use your pencil or your crayon and try as best as you can to stay right on those dotted lines, okay? All right, now on to math. Last week we did 1 through 5 with cupcakes. Now we're going to count raindrops, and we're going to finish 6 through 10. So you're going to start and count this little group of raindrops, and when you have the number, you're going to take your crayon or your pencil and go from this dot and draw all the way to the correct number on this side and see if you can match those up. And the last math sheet you have is ordering your numbers 1 to 10. So we're going to cut these out. You're going to see if you know which number this is, and you can also try and count these little black dots. And you're going to start here. They've already started with 1, and you're going to continue and go, what comes after 1? 2. That's right. So you're going to come down and find the 2. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. You're going to find the 2, and you're going to put it and glue it right next to the 1. And then what comes after 2? You're going to go to the next number, cut it out and glue it up there and go all the way to 10. Okay? Now the final bit of work that I'm going to send is practicing rhyming words. Now we didn't get a chance to talk about rhyming words because that was something we were going to do at the very end of our school year, but I bet you know a lot about them already. Most of your children's books actually end with rhyming words on every page. For example, sun, bun, those are rhyming words. Up, cup, red, bed, those are all rhyming. Now, what about red, run? No, they do start with the same letter, the R, but they do not have the same ending sound. Rhyming words want to have the same ending sound, like book, cook. Those are another examples of rhyming words. So I'm going to send you a fun game that you can practice identifying rhyming words. And then when you're reading some of your books with either your brothers or sisters or your parents, see if you can point out and find rhyming words that you hear on each page, because I bet you're going to find them a lot now that you're looking for them. Okay? All right, so that'll wrap that up. And we are meeting on Friday for our very final class meeting, and we're going to have a show and tell time where you can show or tell us about something that you're hoping to do this summer. I already have heard about some of you going on trips this week, which is so exciting. So I'd love for you to share that. Or you can also just show something special that you love or that you've worked on while you've been at home. It could be something at home that you wish you could have always shown your friends at school. So anything that you would like. I would love to hear about your plans for the summer, and we can start talking about all the fun, exciting things that we can do once that school finishes. And I can't wait to see you all on Friday. That's going to be Friday at 11 a.m. And hopefully all of our class can join so that we can have a good little time to say bye and wish you well for the summer. So we'll save our time there. We'll pray together, and we'll talk about prayer requests on Friday. So I can't wait to see you. I'm so proud of you. I know you've been working hard. I know you miss your friends. I miss you. I hope you miss me too. I really wish I could have seen you guys the past couple months, but I love you, and I look forward to see you on Friday. Bye-bye. Love ya.